Hey Hebrew fans, I figured what the heck, I'll just start the video early. I'm sitting there in my chair. You guys are sitting there waiting for the video to start. So what the heck, let's just start it early and jump into it. Procrustes. Now, before I jump into it too far, just a quick... Oh no, there goes the star seed. Anyway, as you guys know, I sold out of these pretty quick. If I get enough requests, I will make more because people keep asking for them. So, just as a heads up, if I get a whole bunch of requests, I'll make more. Somebody asked me if the Wind Raider will still fit in here. My Wind Raider's all packed away. It's a pretty tight area. It was already pretty tight, so you could check your Wind Raider and see if you got an extra inch and a half, then it will. So someday I'll pull out my Wind Raider and see if it fits in there or not. But really, just get this. They're on my Shapeways store, and it looks so much better than some giant Wind Raider sitting here, which never belonged inside Castle Grayskull to begin with. That was the dumbest idea. Sorry, Scott and fans, but I was never a fan of sticking that Wind Raider in there. All right. Cool. Just checking my volume. So, let me get the star seed, and then we'll talk about Procrustes. Where is that star seed? There we go. Da-da-da-da. Firmly grasp it, Procrustes. So I have all my books out. The books of history from Masters of the Universe. Let's go ahead and set them up here on the ledge. Alleged. And in the comic book. Now, I suppose I could have just grabbed a regular comic book or throw it on my iPad first, but what the heck. We'll just look at it the old paper way in this giant book. This book is pretty cool, and it is available. I should put the links in here. I always forget to do that. And it's like every mini comic just about of the older comics. Now, I remember having this book as a kid, this particular one, and reading it all the time. Hey, Luis, thanks for joining us. Hey, Doug, thanks for being here. Hey, Weird Fantastic Toys, thanks for being here. And I remember, first of all, being a little bit disappointed in this vehicle here, because this does not look like the vehicle they had in the toy. Obviously, ours was not brown, ours was red, and it just looks a little different. I always wondered why the comics just don't quite match the toys, just like the cartoons didn't quite match the toys either. Nothing matches the toys. Why not, Mattel? Anyway, this is the story of the Magic Stealer. And it talks about how Skeletor wants to become invincible, and he has this special booth. It looks like a cool little pyramid with a seat in it. This would actually be a fun play toy, Mattel. That would be cool. Anyway, he goes in there and sucks all the magic out. And wizards and everything else start falling and dying everywhere. And then Tila feels weak as she's petting her bunny. And at the very core of my being... Oh! Wait a second. Must just be the shadowing. So she has her gold cuff on here, but you can't see it in this frame. Anyway, there you can see it there. So, you can see Castle Grayskull being attacked. And again, there's the green around her. I was telling you that green represents what the green sorceress was her power. Her green power! And oh, she's so faint. So He-Man decides to go. Now here's what's interesting. Take a look. We got Tila. And take Mighty Zor, my Mighty Falcon. He will guide your quest. Now here we have Zor as a he, and it's a bird, and it's not the sorceress, and it's not the sorceress's colors. And that's the way I always played as a kid, was that this was a separate warbird. It was not the sorceress transformed into a warbird. So there you go. And you can see it's got armor and lasers and all kinds of coolness. All right. I'll just put Zor right there. Hey, D. Griff. Thanks for joining us. That's so later they could sell 2 versions of each character. Yes, the regular and the mini comic. So he goes off to war. And actually, that was true with Tila. You were supposed to buy 2 Tilas, the one without the armor and the one with the armor. So that was always the case with the 2 Tilas. And you can see here, here's Tila right here. Yeah, she's right there. There she is. I didn't see her in the crutch of the book there. So obviously she is not Zor because she's both there and not there. So then we come across, and it says the great fighting vehicle carries He-Man northwards towards its, with its treads, negotiating even the most perilous obstructions. And then directly ahead of the indomitable hero, by the goddess, the very earth ruptures, and these giant hands come out. And here you can see his 4 mighty... Oops. I'm not even aimed on the page. And here you can see these 4 mighty arms. And it said, it's Procrustus, the god who holds the inner worlds together with his many arms. Now, of course, I hate the fact they have different gods in here, as you know. But back then, this was the way they were doing it. So annoying. Oh, mighty one, do not abandon your duties, lest catastrophe ensue. Because he's the one that holds the earth together. So it's kind of based on a little bit of Greek mythology there. This giant guy, and he comes out. And as a kid, I didn't understand this totally. I didn't know why He-Man just didn't kick his butt. But then he says, it's me, He-Man. Why do you restrain me? Something to the north drains all the magic from Eternia, but I cannot allow you to give yourself to it. Oh, that's why he's going to the magic stealer. You must stay here and hold the world together. I will end this dire threat. Oh, he shoots him with a laser. I mean, he's supposed to be kind of friendly towards him, right? Hold fast, giant, and have faith. I will prevail. I will try, He-Man, for Eternia's sake, but the lure of the magic siphon is strong. Hurry. So I never really read this completely as a kid. I just looked at the pictures and seeing him fight this big giant. So that does kind of paint a different picture for me to see that it was the magic that was drawing him, and He-Man was just trying to help him be subdued. So it talked about him holding Eternia together. So that's kind of a fun thing. Let's just put a light there as a bookmark. And we'll take a look at this in a little bit, because I have another book. This is The Art of He-Man. And I believe in here is the giant posters we got with the classics figures. And I'm looking for the... Now, this is kind of a fun book. They have a lot of the same artwork we saw in the Power and Foundation Honor, whatever book that I use all the time. So this is kind of a fun one. A little less expensive than the Power and Honor Foundation. They do a lot more zooming up. That's such a cool picture. A lot of card backs. A lot of She-Ra. This is kind of fun too. They have this section in the middle here, which they got this, if I can get it out of here. If I ever get out of here. Got this little piece of, look at this. It's like you can make your own cartoons by putting that on there. And then you place them in the different scenes. Kind of a fun little dealy bob. So you can have your Filmation cells and how they were reused. Just kind of see how the whole thing works. What is this here? Oh, it's a blank piece of paper. Probably to protect these frames from getting ruined. All right. Oh, and see, this is the annoying part about this is all the posters are split right here in the book, right where He-Man's face is. So you lose some of it. It's better to get it online to not lose those pictures. And let's see if I can't find the poster I'm looking for. It's funny. One time I was going to get a phone case with this on here. But I had to mirror it so it wouldn't be in the way of the camera. Look at that. That's how he's supposed to look in the fright zone. Raw. Okay, these are definitely all the old posters. Okay. Let's see. It's probably towards the back then. Yeah, here's the classic stuff. Here's the stuff. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here are the posters. And there should be a poster of, well, it's pre-Eternia. I thought that's what one was on. I guess not. I think it's in the sub-Eternia poster. Etheria. There it is. Sub-Eternia. Inside Eternia. In the underneath part. And if you've seen the 2000X cartoon, you see the entrance to Castle Grayskull kind of thing in this picture too. But right here, you can see there is Procrustes holding the earth together, or the world together, right in the middle. And there is the star seed. Now, of course, this star seed looks a whole lot different than this star seed that we got. But so the star seed is what, according to the storyline, built the whole entire multiverse, universe, whatever, even Earth and everything else. Everything is inside this star seed that created everything, and it's in the center of Eternia. And you can see here is the crystal chamber of Grayskull, and it goes right down to the star seed, and that's why it's in a bottomless pit area if you fall into it, because it goes to the zero gravity in the middle of the world. Now here is the three towers. Where is the Grayskull side wall? Maybe it's in a different book. Anyway, and we got a dinosaur in here. That's funny. They got all kinds of fun stuff. So, there you go. There is the story of Procrustes so far. Let's see if I lost anybody yet. Nice. Let's go to the toys of the universe. The toys of the universe. And let's look up P for Procrustes. Molar. Oh, there he is. No. I saw him for a second when I was going through really fast. Prince Adam. There he is. Procrustes. The Mustus. And of course his accessory is the star seed. And if you take a look, he has his open hand, and then he has another open hand, and his two closed hands are up here. Well, I didn't like that, so I actually literally swapped these two hands so you can hold something here, which makes more sense to have these scary hands up and back, and then you can actually hold a sword or a battle axe or something else in this hand. So that's why I swapped these two hands. Just didn't make sense to have these two hands be the hands that can open and close or can hold stuff. So there we go. And you can see that I did the hand swap on those two. And it just talks about that he appears in the mini comic, The Magic Stealer. And that's pretty much about it. Show some pictures of him, but not that big of a deal. Kind of waste even looking in this book. All right, on to the next book. I don't think he's in this one, because this is the supplemental guide. But I do think... Oh, he's in this one here. So let's go ahead and look for P for Procrustes. We got to be in the characters. Creatures and Monsters. He might be in Creatures and Monsters. Let's take a look here. Panther. Well, I'm guessing he's not in here. Nope. Not in Creatures and Monsters. Pretty kitty. That's funny. Let's look at actual characters then. Maybe he's not considered a monster. I'm not a monster! We got a lot of M's and N's in our character lineup. All right. Lots of Prince Adam. Prince. Oh, there he is. He's not a monster. And it says he's the giant guardian of magic, mystical might, DC mini comics, holding the inner earth together. In Mortal Classics, he was an immortal four-armed giant assigned to the gods to guard the star seed in the center of planet Eternia. All right. There we go. So that is who he is. I don't think there's nothing in here about him. No. Hey, Weird Fantastics Toy Adventures are still here. So let's check him out for articulation and movability. He's one of the 12-inch giants that we got. We got Titus, and we got Megator, and then we got this guy here, Procrustes. Now, I actually tried to make my own Procrustes a long time ago out of a Ben 10 figure. There was a giant Ben 10 figure that had 4 arms, and I thought, oh, that'd be cool to make that guy from that comic. I don't know his name, but he's got 4 arms, and He-Man fought him. And then I realized now that He-Man didn't fight him. But it's kind of cool. They did a good job on the little details, like the paint on the wrists and the paint on the belt. And they put his second arms on his back right here, which is kind of cool. They gave him kind of this stone motif. Now, I've seen other people change his head out to look like one of the giant stone creatures from the Filmation. His arm is tight. I'm afraid to snapping it, so I'll be careful. And so basically, it's just a 12-inch giant, just like Titus. In fact, he has the same legs as Megator, at least the same bottom half. The top half might be the same for all 3 giants. I don't know. Is this the same forearm as... Now I'm going to have to look. Where is my box of giants? Bump. Which in reality, this guy'd be a whole lot bigger than 12 inches. So, but again, you know, they have to set the size at some point. So he looks like he has the same feet as Megator. This hand is the same as Megator's hand, but the arms are different here, you can see. Oops. My camera's not even aimed high enough. He's too tall, man. Too tall. You can see it's the same hand, but a different... and then this hand here is this... It's not the same, maybe. No, it's not. That hand's different. All right, let's check out. So, that's surprising. I thought for sure this hand would have been the same also. So they only copied just one hand and his lower, or his legs from this figure. I am really surprised they didn't use more from him. Let's see what they got from Titus. Well, it does look like they all share the same upper torso leg there. It looks like they all share... Nope, I don't. These two share the same upper arms. But his are unique because of the stone on them. And he has his own unique hand too. So when they made him, surprisingly, they only used this one hand and these legs. Everything else is unique. Wow, I was not expecting that. Which is funny, this hand looks like this hand. Almost like they would have almost mirrored it or something. But I don't think they had really good mirroring technology then for the sculpts. Interesting. Ugh. There we go. Let's see. Mike still needs the classic Giants. Hey, Everett. Thanks for wishing us happy Halloween. YouTube is broken with notifications. What? No notifications? That stinks. All right, I'm going to go ahead and post those links to those books that I just showed you guys. So those who haven't found them yet on their own, I'll put a link to it. The link does help the channel, just as a heads up. So if you want to help the channel, hold out before you click the link or go search on your own. If you are going to buy the book, do use the link I send you. It does help a lot. And I appreciate that. It's funny is they gave us another Megator kind. Oh, there goes the Starseed into the garbage. No more planets. And this Megator is basically the same Megator because he comes with an extra head. It's supposed to be a zombified version of him. But it's supposed to be that the Horde takes him over. And so I used the armor from the furry guy. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head, but you guys will all tell me what his name is. And then I, of course, gave him the head. And I didn't want to give him this weapon here because this weapon here is takes a little more intelligence to use. Because if you whap it wrong, you'll smack yourself. So, I'll just bring the whole case over now. I went and got an extra club to give him. Which now is not fitting in his hand because it's so cold in this room. Anyway, I'm not going to break his fingers to get it in there. But usually I give him this club, which is a whole lot easier weapon for an unintelligent zombie to use. And it's got little spikes on everything else. And then he can just club people. So this is my future version that takes place today. This is the Praeternia and Praeternia. And then, of course, you guys have all seen, my Mondo custom Titus. Bum, bum, bum. And, of course, he has my new wrist cuffs that I made for the new He-Man figures. He's so cool. Oh, yeah. Highly articulated Titus. I know, I digress. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video. Todd, you're going to set up my 3D printer this weekend? I might need your advice on things. I think, don't you live like in California or something, Mike? I think I'm a little too far away from you. Anyway. I'd help you, man. But you know what? It's also great experience for you to set it up yourself. I remember the first one I set it up totally wrong. I messed it up. Second one I was pretty good at. By the fifth one, I was a pro at setting them up. I could set it up in 10 minutes. So, and I have my own new 3D printer I got yesterday. Or was it this morning? It was this morning. And I still need to set it up. So that will be cool. All right. This guy is so cool. I think this is the giant I didn't know that I wanted the most. But I tried to make the more... Actually, you know, I made a custom of all three of these at different times. I used wrestling guys to make these giants at one time. And I tried doing the Ben 10. You know what? I think Titus is the one I wanted most. But this guy is so cool. I guess I wanted him the longest. There you go. I wanted him the longest. I saw him in the mini comic as a kid. And I wanted him ever since then. I'm just surprised how they mounted the secondary arms on his shoulders like that. And I don't know where I would have put them, but I probably would have stuck them below. The Ben 10 figure has them down here, I think, on his lats, which doesn't make any sense. Why would somebody have arms on there? But you take a look at that comic again. Let me pull out the source material. And it's hard to tell in some of these pictures where his arms are coming from. Like this one here, you really can't tell. Looks like they're almost stacked in the same place. But on the previous picture, it does look like his other arms are kind of more on his back. So that's probably what they used to design it. All right. Close the book on that. I'll go put links for you guys to help out my channel. And good software. Hey, contact me on Facebook and I will give you a link to some free good software. Let me know which one you have, whether it's the resin or the FDM, the plastic one. I think you said it was the FDM you got. And yeah, I have some pretty good software I give you a link to for free. It's pretty cool. I use it all the time, so yep, Mike, I just send it to me and I'll give it to you. All right, happy Halloween, you guys. I'm gonna. Oh, my wife just came from the store. Hopefully, she grabs some chocolate. That'd be good. Chocolate. I am the chocolate zombie. Chocolate. Look at that face. A face only a mother could love. Mama. His nails are so sharp. I was gonna try to pull this open, but it's like stabs your finger trying to do that. Gotta warm it up. Yeah, I like to keep my hobby room cold where all the figures are. Okay, just when you mention what his name is, the guy's armor I stole. He's all furry. And he's part of the Horde, obviously. He came out in the 80s and he's actually coated with fur and they remade him in classics. It sounds funny. I want to say Moss Man, but obviously Moss Man's green and it's not him. He's like a big giant teddy bear. Somebody's got to know his name. I can't believe it. Grizzlor. Thank you, Everett. So, yep. Stole the armor from Grizzlor. There we go. And of course, it doesn't quite fit. I'll show you the back. Almost embarrassed to show the back, but here we go. Oh, here comes the back. Here comes the back. Oh, and I had to use a rubber band to get it all to connect. Because it just wasn't long enough. And you could see I wrapped it around here and then used the triangle to hold the sides in order to get it to fit because it was just too far for it to stretch. But it looks fine in the front. Now you guys know my secret tactics. The back of the armor may not always fit right on some of my customs. All right. Until next time, good journey, you guys. And if you do dress up in a Halloween costume and it's appropriate, post it on the lounge. I'd like to see what you guys end up doing tonight. This is the first Halloween in years that I'm not going to wear a costume. Not going out with the grandkids. They're all getting older and just going out with their friends and family. So, a little bit bummed, but I'll survive. I will survive. So I'll just be handing out candy. Let me try to put this in there again. It will fit. It will fit. There we go. These lights kind of warm the room up a little bit. There we go. Now he's ready for action. Yes. Now the earth is going to break into 4 giant pieces. Because he has taken out Procrustes. Front is all that matters in photos. Yep, I know. It's ridiculous. Some of my wife's hair rubber bands. I stole a bunch of rubber bands for stuff. It is tight, too. Play a song on it. All right. Good journey, you guys.